Richie B, the party master, on Up and Go.
I'm trying to find the best way to put it, actually. And the only thing I could come up with is that today, the 28th day in the month of January, is the start of the last weekend in the first month of 2022. January is almost at an end. We're at day number 28, which means that next Monday we would have said ta-ta, bye to January. Time is moving on. It's not waiting on anyone. Good morning to you. My name is Richie B. Welcome to Up and Go here on the bridge, 99 FM to the world. You know by now that we're right across your 99, 99.1, 0.3, 0.5, 0.7, 0.9 on the FM band. You also know that we are streaming around the world at www.thebridge99fm.com. We've got a great program lined up for you. Keep it locked. As we like to say, what you want is what you get, and what you get is more than you bargained for. What day of the week is it? It's Friday! I did make a promise earlier on this morning that I would, in fact, be telling you about whale songs, which we understand can be used to map out the ocean floor. I want you to hear the sound that these whales make before I give you the facts surrounding it. Listen to this. Sounds like you're familiar with that song? What the fact? Let me tell you the facts right now, ladies and gentlemen, after listening to those whales. Fin whales are basically the Barry White of the ocean. The deep, bellowing songs that males use to attract mates are considered to be the loudest of all marine life and can be heard up to 1,000 kilometers or approximately 600 miles away, according to Scientific American. They can also be used to sonically map out the ocean floor, thanks to the fact that the sound can reach depths of 2.5 kilometers, the equivalent being 1.6 miles under the water, which bounces back and provides researchers with accurate measurements. Beyond that, a 2021 study in Science showed how using a fin whale's song can be far more useful and have less of a negative impact on sea life than using a large air gun, which is the typical tool researchers rely on. Those are facts, and you just got them inside of WTF. What the fact? It was all about whale songs this morning. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the usual feature. This time we call it the Jamaican proverb, the proverb of the day. And first of all, as usual, we like to allow you to hear it, and then we'll give you the English translation followed by the meaning. Here we go.
Bend the tree while it's young, 'cause when it's old, it'll go broke.
Hear that? Bend the tree while it's young, 'cause when it's old, it'll go broke. So the English translation for that Jamaican proverb: bend a tree while it is young, because when it is old, it will break. That Jamaican proverb really means discipline your child or children and teach them the right way when they are young, because trying to do it when they are older might be too late for them and for yourself. That is what that Jamaican proverb is all about. Bend the tree while it's young, 'cause when it's old, it go broke. There you have it. We do it in patois. We give you the English translation followed by the meaning every morning right here. And while we're on to language and so on, I don't know why. First of all, I don't even know who sent me this particular message, but it says, "Good morning. Here is your word of the day." Sorry, DJ Audley, you sent me this? No? No. Jody, you didn't send me that. Richie, you sent me this? No. I don't know the source of it, but the word actually before I even spell it or tell you what the word is, I understand by definition that this word describes when a storm undergoes a sudden and significant drop in atmospheric pressure, transforming it into a bomb cyclone. Now, this word, you have a pen, you have paper. This word is spelled BOMBOGENESIS. You want to come and pronounce it, because I'm not going to. Jody, you have the pronunciation anywhere near? Can you help me? So, I will trust my Jamaican producer, but I won't trust any other Jamaican right now on this one. So the word really describes when a storm undergoes a sudden and significant drop in atmospheric pressure, transforming it into a bomb cyclone. Jody, I don't want to chance this.
It doesn't matter how well you try to pronounce it. Disclaimer, it is an actual word, right, and it just gave you the definition. And it is pronounced...
Hold on. Jordan.
Nervous.
I'm shivering. Before you give me the pronunciation of that word that is spelled BOMBOGENESIS, let me use it in a sentence, because I want to relax a little bit more. So they also sent me how it can be used in a sentence. Here's we have a crowd checking this out right now. Vaughn, you're wondering about her broadcast license? Don't worry about it. Everything is all right. So here's a way you can use this word in a sentence. Later this week, a storm is expected to undergo that word that we're talking about and slam the Northeast on Saturday with snow measuring in feet. That is how you can use the word. Jody, you
You want me to read the sentence with the word?
Well, maybe you should do that, and they'll pick up the pronunciation there.
As I said, it doesn't matter how well you pronounce this word.
You're going to take a chance with it?
Of course, it is a word.
You're the brave one.
What the button?
I listen.
Are you ready?
My lips are sealed.
Who holds the button?
The pronunciation is bombogenesis.
Lord have mercy. Did you hear that?
That is...
It's actually a word.
It is a word that is used in the weather.
Mark my word. Me done talk. We're now into a sponsored segment courtesy of the Ministry of Health and Wellness. And we'll be having as our guest none other than the Director of Family Health Services in the Ministry, Dr. Melody Ennis. Good morning, Dr. Ennis, and welcome.
Good morning, and thank you so much. How are you?
I am doing well, thank you. And we look forward to these moments when we can actually hear from you, Doc, all about the government's vaccination program, how it's been going, what we can look forward to. And so thank you again for joining us. What can you tell us about this new the new vaccination campaign to increase the public's confidence in COVID-19 vaccines? How's it going?
It is going. We have started looking at root causes of hesitancy and recognizing that one-on-one discussions with persons just to allay fears and increase their awareness about the vaccines tend to be having a better outcome. So we are on a mission to educate, to place persons in a comfort zone so they can accept the vaccines.
So the complexion of the campaign is going to change over the next several weeks or months, would you say?
It's going to change. We will continue using social media, mainstream media, our public talks, town hall sessions, continue with the schools, but to really get down at the community level, the one-on-one, and the influencers, of course, is the common person, me and you, on the streets giving our testimonials.
Yeah. So it's not just going to be targeting then on the urban areas, but it sounds like you're talking about right across the island.
It is right across the island.
When can we expect this new vaccination drive to begin, Doc?
I believe we're looking to roll out fully within the next month, within the next 6 weeks.
Okay. Now, I want to ask you: are there still challenges really in getting people to take their second jab, and why is it important for them to make sure that they are, shall we say, fully vaccinated?
So you know how we are. You get one and you say, "Yeah, I'm okay," but we're really not. With just one jab of the 2-jab series, we're not. Our antibodies, or those germ fighting tools, they get less and less. So when we have received the first shot, about a month after, our protection is like 70%. But by the time we get to 2-3 months after, we're down to 30%. We need that second dose to kickstart or put back into gear those germ-fighting tools that have a memory. And that's what we want. We want them to remember the germs when it comes in. So that second shot causes our memory cells to be activated.
So it is very, very important that persons actually proceed to getting the second dose.
Absolutely. And of course, we're all talking about booster shots. You can't get a booster unless you have completed the primary series.
Yeah, that's an important point to make. Where can people get more information? I always like to ask you that, so persons know where they can turn to ask questions and to get more information.
So their nearest health centers, excuse me, they can also get information from our 888 One Love number and our tried and proven website, www.moh.gov.jm. Once they go on, they look on vaccination resources. They can make their appointment. They can schedule someone who is a shut-in to be vaccinated. They can report any adverse event they experience with the vaccine. And they can, of course, just get information on the vaccines, the scheduling, the times. Everything is there.
Allow me to ask you, Dr. Ennis, how will the new vaccine policies affect those who are not, in fact, vaccinated?
Well, we continue to encourage persons to be vaccinated. Whatever policy decision is made, it will be a all government response, and persons will be advised accordingly. But for now, we continue to encourage persons to do what is right, protect self, and by extension, protect neighbors.
And even by further extension, what do we ought to do now to protect self? Of course, wearing our masks.
Properly, covering the nose and the mouth. Whenever we are out in the public space, we must continue to hand sanitize, hand wash, not only our hands, but we must clean those high-touch areas. We must try our endeavor best not to put our hands on our faces at all. No mouth, no nose. And that is important for our children. Remember, our children are up and out. They are engaging in face-to-face, and it's something that we must instill in them to try and keep their hands away. The physical distancing is also very important. And back to children coming home. I'm going to date self, but when I was growing up, you came in from school and you couldn't walk in the house with your shoes. You had to pretty much almost strip at the door. You couldn't sit down in the chair with your outside clothes. And you had to go and have a bath.
Yes.
We need to get back to that stage and encourage our children to adopt those principles.
Yeah. They're very effective indeed. What can you tell us now in terms of what the weekend looks like? I know a lot of persons tend to, because of the busy schedule they have throughout the week, they look to the weekend to try to get their vaccination going. Our center's going to be open. What are you looking forward to, and what can people expect this weekend?
So we are we'll be opening some of our centers. We are accustomed to the usual one, that type 5 in St. James, Sunrise in Kingston, a Harborview, Duane Park, a St. Jago, Linstead Anglican Church over in St. Catherine, Lucy Health Center, Sav Health Center. So we have our fixed site on a weekend, call it that will be open, but our schedule will come out later today. So we're asking persons to go online later today and check our social media pages, and you'll see the full listing of the sites that will be up and running for Saturday and Sunday.
All right. I hope the numbers that go in and get their vaccination will be satisfactory and will be pleasing to you. Thank you so very much, Dr. Ennis. Before you go, is there any parting shot? Anything you want to just say before you leave?
The vaccines are safe. The vaccines are effective. We have vaccines. 4 vaccines we have on offer: AstraZeneca, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, and Sinopharm. Please come out. Let's get vaccinated.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Ennis. Have a good weekend.
The very same to you and your listeners.
Much appreciated. That's Dr. Melody Ennis, Director of Family Health Services in the Ministry of Health and Wellness, having a chat with us on the nation's vaccination program being put out by the government. As we're live in Jamaica, and now we understand we're live in the Greater Toronto area. Am I hearing Red? Am I hearing Jay Martin? Good morning.
Hey, welcome, Richie.
Yeah, happy Friday to both of you.
Hi, happy Friday. Sounds like somebody had a good Jamaican breakfast.
Oh, yes, I did. I tell you the truth.
What was it?
What'd you have?
You know, I just had a sandwich, an egg sandwich, and some
But the
fruits.
eggs taste better there.
Yeah,
For
but
some reason, everything does.
Well, he said egg sandwich. If it was between 2 nice pieces of hard dough bread, I ate that.
You know, all wheat, me go.
Yes. They have whole wheat. Do they have whole wheat? Yeah.
Of course they
I
have
know they
whole
have
hard
whole
dough
wheat
bread.
bun and all that, but yes.
Yeah,
Look
man.
at Richie, though.
And
He's all
some-
poloed
Look
up.
at him.
He's
Looking
all poloed
good,
up.
Richie. You look good in white.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes.
So what's up? How's TO this morning? Nice and cool, I suspect.
Really cold, minus 18, feeling like minus 28 degrees. So we're technically 70 degrees cooler than you, 60
Or
degrees.
just think of what you guys are doing in the opposite.
By far. But this is colder than the other day when you had all of that snow going on, because wasn't it minus 22 then?
Yes, don't remind us.
Oh, Lord.
It's like the snow goes on the ground and it turns into a freezer and it freezes everything up. So we like when it's snowing because it's never usually cold here when it's snowing, right?
Boy.
Right.
You all need to behave yourself with this weather, you know.
We do.
As if it's in your, as if you're the ones who determine, eh?
Right.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Well, they do say that somebody determines it, but that's a whole nother show.
Oh,
That's
really?
a whole nother show for you. Conspiracies.
Truthfully, I've never heard that.
Really?
No.
You never heard that?
You
You've
don't
heard
want
that,
to
right?
get her started, Richie.
Okay, yeah,
she
you don't-
loves conspiracy. You don't want to get her started, bro.
We don't want to go there. Lots is going on. Are we going to music right now? Are we going to talk about Ozark? First of all, have you seen Ozark, Richie B?
No, I haven't. I really
haven't?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so watch it. It stars Jason Bateman. It's kind of like Breaking Bad. Did you ever watch Breaking Bad?
No, I didn't.
This is bad breed.
Yeah, where the teacher was a meth.
But-
He started to be like a kingpin. Well, that's pretty much what's happening with Jason Bateman and Ozark.
Ozark, yeah.
It's good. The new season just dropped, and then we were all surprised to hear this song. I believe it was like episode 1, season 4.
Is that Nancy?
Something
Yes.
like that. I think it's
How
episode
you know? How
I
you know?
know. Yeah.
So you
hear about
heard.
it.
I heard about that and the benefit she derived from being from getting exposure in Ozark. But
That's right.
I haven't watched it yet. But Nancy's doing well. Back at number 1, isn't she?
Yes, number 1 spot on the top reggae song iTunes
Yeah,
chart and
that's
Amazon's
big.
best sellers
That's big.
list. Yes, huge.
So, not good news. Yesterday, the Reggae Boys lost to Mexico.
Oh no.
Yeah, we lost 2-1 at the National Stadium. We actually got the lead and held it for quite a while until about the 82nd or so minute when they put one in on us and equalized. And believe you me, within maybe 3 minutes after that, they scored the winning goal. So our chances are not looking too good. I think we're going to be meeting Canada sometime in March. I think the 27th of March is when the Reggae Boys will meet Canada.
And that's going to be unfortunate.
Yeah, because who do you support, Jay?
Who do I support? You really put me in the rock of the hard place.
Who do you support, Jay?
As a former very good soccer player, and I know the team is very stacked right now, I think you guys are going to have a hard time against us. But no matter what, whoever wins, I win. Whoever loses, I lose.
You are politically correct.
I'm standing in the middle, man. No conflict.
I'm going to allow you, Jay, because I know that you do comedy, and so does this brother. So I'm going to allow you to welcome him, and then we have a conversation amongst us all. So go ahead.
I'm really looking forward to this. We haven't met personally. One time I tried to book him, but he got booked already. But nice to meet you, Mr. Noahpowa. Big fan of your work, man. You do really good work.
Thank you very much. Respect. Good morning. Good morning.
There he is. There he is.
Good morning, Noahpowa.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
That's a little bit more powerful, actually.
Yeah, I was like, when are we going to hear him? Because I hear him when he's mixing on live on Twitch and on Instagram. He did some of that stuff when we first went through our first lockdown, and it was interesting watching him and the DJ and their lives. They were really, really hype.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing good morning, a little light. You guys didn't give him no breakfast while going.
No, you know the thing, I got up early this morning because, I got the email yesterday from my manager said I have an interview in the morning. So I got up actually like around 6:30, went to the barber. So, the fresh cut.
Trim.
Yeah, just got back in and, had a cup of tea and stuff and, sitting here waiting. So the good morning, you want it more healthy. So good morning.
That sounds more like it.
You're in Canada and Jamaica, the whole world. I feel you, my dad.
Yeah.
You think?
We should include as part of our introduction to Noahpowa, Grammy-nominated artist. What is that feeling like, Noah, when you got that nomination? I think for work that you did with Shaggy, is that right?
No, Maxi Priest. Shaggy is also involved because he produced the full album, but it's Maxi Priest, and, it's a joy to know that, I grew up listening to Maxi Priest and to be on a song with Maxi Priest and also on his album, and the album is nominated for Grammy. It was a great feeling,
And the work continues. I mean, you are a comedian, but you're also a recording artist. Do you have a preference?
Well, I tell people because I'm also a DJ, you understand? And, DJing is really what, made me successful, in entertainment. And then, social media come around. So, the comedy stuff, it just came naturally. And, being an artist, it's always there, but people don't recognize until you find that one song, you understand? So it's all, it fall in entertainment. So, I love to do all of them. They all each and complement each other.
Well, this is obviously a man who knows what it is to have multiple streams of income, because when you look at it, actor, producer, songwriter, performing artist, comedian, selector. What next, Noahpowa? I have to ask.
Yeah, you have to ask.
Well, I know, I've been doing it for a while now, a lot of years. So, and it's been successful. So, continue to build my legacy. So when it's time to retire, because from me a baby, I hear about Richie D now. You're still like a young boy. So if you can look like that, because you probably, take care of your health and, you need to do the same and just, keep on going until it's time to say, throw in the towel.
If you follow my formula, you're going to be around for a long time, brother.
Yes.
Hey, there's a lady who's a part of this interview, so I want to hear her ask you a question right now. Her name is Red. Red?
Hi, how are you?
Good morning, Red.
Good morning.
Red.
Oh, I don't need to ask anything. Go on. This is morning motivation.
Yes.
I'm here looking at you online, of course, Bridge 99. And, of course, we're here in Toronto at G98.7. When things free up, we'd love to have you in the studio, a friend to the show.
Yes.
And you've been to Toronto before, right?
Well, actually, I'm going to be in Toronto next weekend. I'm
What?
going to be in Toronto. next weekend.
For how long?
Well, I'm flying in on the Friday and I'm gonna leave on the Sunday. So just let me know what can we do and how can we make this work.
Okay.
We should have. What exactly are we talking about? we can arrange something.
Yeah, we're talking about an interview.
Oh, we can arrange something. May I ask why are you coming? Like, what's going on?
What's going on here?
Yeah, let us know.
well,
We like a party.
I'm coming for an event. I know y'all know Fireistic Steenie.
Of course,
doesn't?
Steenie, our boy.
Who
So
doesn't?
I will be at Steenie's party on the 5th, which is Saturday, next week Saturday. Yeah,
Good.
definitely. And it's been a while since before the pandemic, you know, I was in Toronto. I did a couple shows and stuff. But, you know, since the pandemic and the whole traveling thing and the whole vaccination stuff, you know, so it just stopped a lot of people from traveling, going to even Canada. Canada was like one of the places where it was like fully locked down. So it's been a while, like 2-3 years, I should say. So Canada, I'm back in the place next week.
Well, once Steenie bust the gate and let you in, then I'll bring you back for some comedy. I just needed him to bust the tape, and then I'll bring you back to do some comedy with you.
Well, I mean, just say the word, man. You know, it's always good and I'm ready to work anytime, you know, just always working. So
do you as Noah, I want to ask you, do you as an artist who does also comedy, do you run the risk of people not taking you seriously even when you're putting out a serious song?
All right, so you know, I'm glad you asked that question because this is something I've been battling for a while. And you know, if you really watch my page, I kind of slow down from the whole comedy thing, you know, because of that reason. Because even when I do positive songs, because I'm not saying even when I do positive songs, because that's all I do.
Okay.
You understand? If I don't do a girl song, most of my songs is mostly positive vibes. I don't do songs about gun and crime and something, because that's not me. I don't live that lifestyle.
Here.
I don't know nothing about that lifestyle. So I sing about stuff that I've been through and other people been through in life when it comes to, you know, sufferation and, you know, people fighting against you and stuff like that. So yes, I've been facing that for a while now. And then for the past weeks, I looked into myself and I was like, I stopped doing something that I love. I stopped doing something that put smile on people's face. I stopped doing something that, you know, helped me to be where I'm at. You understand? Just to please others because they don't take my music serious. When you could listen to my music and be like, okay, you know, this youth motivate me and inspire me, you know. So, you know, for the past weeks, I start doing it again because it helps. It helps build your platform.
Yep.
Yeah. Should we take you seriously though on a song like Nah Lick? Sorry, did I say something wrong?
No, because if you should take me serious. I mean, you know, honestly, Richie, you see, with music nowadays and the business where it's at, because you've been playing music for a while, and back then when you used to play certain music, people used to appreciate it and love it. You know, in this time that we're in right now, you can sing a million positive songs, and the young kids them nowadays, them don't really look at it, them don't even care about it. You understand? So not because they don't care about it, I'm gonna get up and sing certain songs same way. You understand? But at the time, it was Shensia song came out, it was the biggest talk.
Yeah, still is right now.
It still is right now.
Yeah.
So, you know, what can I do to get in this mix right
This
here?
moment.
Yeah, this moment. So, you know, I just did what typical Jamaicans would always say. You know, them now do certain things, and we just flip it and just keep it on that level.
How well is that song doing for you?
Well, honestly, I just did it. It's, you know, it just gave me a little clout at the time, and you know, people like it and like, okay, you know, Noah version is great or whatever. But I don't really put it on my resume as something that, yo, I'm gonna keep promoting. No.
Not to belabor the point, Noahpowa, but Shensia is offering $20,000 for her league challenge. Do you have any such?
Yeah, what's
you know, said that. I don't think you say it right. It's not word right. Like,
what should I say?
Richie's the best.
$20,000 for her league challenge. Like,
Yeah, Yeah, what do you have to do exactly?
Yeah. That's what I say. Richie, I'm
Like
gonna say lick song challenge.
Okay, yeah. You miss a word. You miss a word.
I was repeating verbatim exactly what Shensia put out.
Well, I'm not in that
are the
challenge.
best.
No, I'm good.
No, and you're not offering any incentive for the opposite of what she's offering, so to speak.
No.
Okay, all right. So we're off on that now. Listen, we're out of time, Seriously, time goes by so quickly, man. No, it's been a pleasure. We've been watching your career. We've been enjoying your talent and your music and your comedy and all the things that you do. And we want to wish you all the best going forward. Share with us your social media handles before you go, bro.
At Noahpowa, that's at NOAHPOWA, and that's for Instagram, Facebook. And you can check out my Vivo, which is Noahpowa Vivo. It's NOAHPOWA. And just keep streaming and keep supporting the music, people. Thank you very much.
All right. Hopefully the next time we speak, we can not just say Grammy nominee, but also Grammy winner. All the best.
Respect.
Nice.
Blessed.
All right. That was cool, wasn't it?
That was fun.
That was fun. I'll see you next week, too. Very good. Very good.
We have a text message that says, "Good morning. My name is Spaga from Toronto. Big up my mom, fam, back in Jamaica."
All right. And on that note, with tears in my eyes,
Oh, Richie, I was going to tell you, a friend came over and was like, wow, rum cream. Went into like my liquor cabinet, and there was everything there from Christmas because remember I was sick, so I couldn't even drink. But I was like, oh, rum cream, and put it in the freezer. And I was like, how do you say to somebody, like,
You're not gonna get
I don't
none.
want to share it. And then after, they were like, yeah, you don't want to open this, do you? And I'm like, no. So we drank something else, but yeah, I
It's
still have
still
that
in the
rum
freezer?
cream. I'm going to drink it because one year that happened to me and it went bad. Like, this is
Yeah.
years ago. I brought it back from Jamaica, the little bottles.
this one
I don't know
has
if they
Drink
still
it
have
because
that.
we'll be in Jamaica soon, and Richie
That's
B will give you
right.
more where
Oh,
that
I can
came
get a
from.
top-up.
And
Oh,
different
yes, you
flavors.
can.
I saw them. Let's make sure we give our handles because everybody's listening,
Yes.
so they can know where to follow us and find us.
At Red in Dust City, DA City, and at G98.7 FM.
And you got your boy Jay Martin at Jay Martin Comic, and you can get that on IG.
Yes,
of
big
course.
shout outs to Steenie as well. I got to say, he says, clean people, clean heart people, roll out. He just texted.
All right. And you can follow me at RichieB_up and go at Bridge 99 FM as well. Guys, have a good time. Have a good weekend and be safe. And we catch up with you next week. Take care, all right?
See you
Great.
soon.
Bless up. And we're pleased at this time to welcome our next guest to the program. She's a content creator, a travel content creator, and her brand is growing in popularity and acceptance. Where Next Heidi, a brand that focuses on family adventure and travel. And based on my own research, we understand that she's all about inspiring families to adventure outdoors and adventuring across Jamaica. Herself and her husband have done a lot of traveling, even internationally, and have been to about 35 countries. And this morning she'll give us some tips on traveling as a family and share the best places to visit right here on The Rock. We welcome right now Heidi Hanna. Good morning, Heidi.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for joining us here on Up and Go on the Bridge. So you have done a
Thank
lot
you
of
for
traveling, Heidi.
Yes, we have for sure.
You always wanted to do this? Like, is it that from an early age you enjoyed traveling?
You know, I really didn't get the travel bug, I would say, until about my 30s, my early 30s. When Jonas and I were engaged, we did a couple of trips, and I think our honeymoon is actually really what sparked our love for travel. We did a Mediterranean cruise and hit about 5 or 6 countries, and since then we've been nonstop, you know. And we made a pact when we got married that we were going to go to a new country every year, just the two of us, you know, whether or not, you know, the kids came into the picture, because at the time we didn't have any children.
Yes.
And we said, you know, once the kids come, we're still going to do it. We're going to make sure that every year we take a big trip, you know, 2-3 weeks, and just go somewhere new and just explore. And so far we're married, you know, quite a while now, and we've we've been doing it. The only 2 years that stopped us was the year that Chick V came out, and 2020 when COVID came out.
Okay. So I must ask you, Heidi, why would you say it is important for families to go on adventures together?
Oh, for us, for me and for Jonas and the kids, it's important because the time that we spend on these adventures is really quality time, family time. And a lot of the times we go just the four of us because it allows us to connect and, to have conversations that we wouldn't normally have. It also allows the kids to, to kind of explore and appreciate nature and appreciate, just spending time with the family, but also, we get to learn lessons together, life lessons, how to get out of tough situations, how to, my daughter loves to build her own fire. We can, we cook together, we do different things. So I think it's definitely just an opportunity for families to connect and for the kids to learn a lot of different life lessons that hopefully they'll take into their adulthood.
All right. So the brand now, Where Next Heidi. What inspired it, and when did it come into being, so to speak?
So Where Next Heidi was really where the name kind of came from is, when Jonas and I would travel and come back, people are always saying, we loved your trip, we love what you did, it was so great, and I felt like we were there with you, and they kept saying, so where next, and so it just kind of took off from there. For years I was kind of nervous, and the fear is kind of creeping around, should I do this, should I start a blog or start kind of pushing out content from more of a curated perspective, and I just pause, and funnily enough, it wasn't until 2020 when I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put Where Next Heidi out there. I'm gonna start putting together content and just going out there. And of course I launched Where Next Heidi, I believe it was March 13th of 2020. Mm-hmm. And then you know what happened from there, right? So COVID hit, and it's, my perspective of it being kind of showcasing international travel, I kind of had to pivot because nobody was traveling. We couldn't go anywhere. And so that's how it started, and how it evolved was really just showcasing Jamaica, because while we were not traveling, we were fortunate enough to be able to tour and adventure across Jamaica. And that's really what it has evolved to, sharing our adventures, showing people what Jamaica has to offer, and showing them that there are things that you can do as a family, with small children. You can do these things. So that's really how it's evolved today.
Now, you've been to about 35 countries around the world. Which country stands out in your mind most?
Oh, I mean, listen, every country has its beauty, right? But if I were to name, my top 5, mm-hmm. Peru was amazing. Machu Picchu, the people, the food. Iceland, if you're, like me, you're into nature, you're into waterfalls, you're that we did a road trip around Iceland, which was spectacular. Thailand is up there because of the culture, just trying, being in a different continent with a completely different culture. I would say Guatemala. Mm-hmm. I love Central and South America, and so I love being in a country where the language is, it's different, and it allows you to kind of navigate and communicate and learn to be. So Guatemala for us was, which was our last trip before COVID, which was pretty amazing. And then our most recent trip was Finland. Which we did in the height of winter, which was a completely different experience, being Jamaican, and being kind of in minus 30-degree weather and doing all the outdoor adventures, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, dog sledding, all the different things. It was truly an amazing experience. So those would be like my top 5.
Yeah. Okay. So you were in Helsinki while you were in Finland, I suspect.
Yeah, we did Helsinki for a couple of days, but we really went up north to Lapland, which is like, beautiful, like covered in snow, northern lights, like I said, reindeer, huskies, all of the good stuff.
Obviously, you're not afraid of the cold.
I don't love the cold. I mean, I used to live in Toronto for years, so
Okay.
I'm kind of aware of what the cold is, but minus 30 degrees is a different level. But you know, when you're just there for a short time, you kind of brace it and just accept it, because you're just trying to experience everything that the country has to offer. So I was happy to come home, though. You know, it's good to be back in Jamaica.
I can well imagine, and that is where I'm heading with this conversation now, Heidi. Where in Jamaica should families be heading, even say this weekend? And what are some of the hot spots that you'd recommend here in Jamaica?
Sure. I mean, listen, Jamaica on a whole is beautiful. There are so many different places in every parish. But if I would say, you know, my top, and for people that are following me and my friends and my family, they know, to me, my number one love is Holywell. Holywell has everything. You can picnic, you can camp, you can hike, there's a little waterfall that you can visit. If you're coming from Kingston, it's easy. It's an easy drive. They now have a cafe there, so if you don't want to cook out and you don't want to pack up, you can always go to Blue Brew Bistro and get something to eat. The food is incredible. So to me, it's a perfect you kind of get everything kind of all rolled up in one. Again, for me, Portland, you're not going to miss with Portland. Portland, to me, I dub Portland as like the adventure parish of Jamaica. You have everything there.
Thank you, Heidi. Thank you. You can tell I'm a Portlander.
Yeah. To me, Portland, and if you talk to a lot of the other, content creators, the travel content creators, Portland is just something special because, again, you have everything, and there are so many rivers and waterfalls that are left to be undiscovered. And my list is very long. I have not been everywhere, but that's the plan. I really want to be able to do a lot more exploring in Portland. We love Treasure Beach. Treasure Beach has that really cool community vibe. When you're there, you just feel like you are a part of the community. And our other love, again, if you're following, we absolutely love Negril, because it's where we kind of go to have some downtime. So yeah, we love our adventures. We love being out there, with the hiking, the camping, everything. But sometimes, we do this at the end of the year. We just want to go and chill on the beach, and Negril is a spot for chilling out. Yeah.
Really, really fantastic to hear your stories. No doubt you have some big plans for the rest of this year. Any that you'd like to highlight here this morning?
Well, funny enough, one of the things that I decided for this year. So, I talk about Portland, I talk about Treasure Beach and Negril. I found that in the last 2 years, we've kind of been going to the same spots over and over again because, we're creatures of habit. And one of the resolutions I made this year was that I kind of dubbed it Journey Across Jamaica. And my plan is to make sure that myself and my family hit up every single parish. We're going to find an adventure in every single parish and showcase what each parish has to offer. So we're not just going to repeat Portland and Negril and whatever, but we're going to go all over. And we actually went to Clarendon a couple of weeks ago. So it was my first time adventuring in Clarendon and found a couple of waterfalls, which were amazing. And so that's really the plan. We're going to hit the 14 parishes across the year. And see what we can find. All
right. Great stuff. How can persons follow you or become a part of, engage with you, so to speak?
Sure. I am on Instagram, Where Next Heidi. So you can go ahead and follow me there. We're hoping if I get the courage and make the jump to move to a YouTube channel at some point this year. So for now, it's Instagram, Where Next Heidi. So yeah, follow along and see what we're up to, and hopefully it will inspire, families. It's not just for families, but, you'll see my family and I going, and it just shows you that, kids can go anywhere you want them to go. Yeah,
we're already inspired, and we thank you for popping by this morning. By the way, Heidi is spelled Heidi. So you can follow her. And it really was a pleasure talking with you. Give my regards to your husband and the rest of your family, and continue to travel, explore, and enjoy. And all the best to you.
Thank you so much. All right. Thank you.
Maximum respects, Heidi. That was Heidi Hanna of We're Next Heidi fame, chatting with us and sharing her experiences whilst traveling. Wonderful stuff. Morning, DJ Roy.
Morning. Good morning. Welcome, my brother.
Oh, you know, my brethren, everything good?
Everything's good, man.
I aspire to have half the energy that you display when you join us each morning, you know, sir.
I think it's my workout in the morning, so I kind of start before. And, of course, I also get inspiration from listening to the bridge while working out, man. So I'm good.
Yeah, very, very good, as a matter of fact.
I'm good. And I heard you talking about a hit-and-run accident in my old neighborhood, Zadie Gardens.
Yeah.
Right on the boulevard there, man.
Somebody lost her life, actually, earlier this week, and the gentleman didn't stop. But they picked up that it was a gray Pro Box, and as the day progressed, information emerged, and the police sent out a warning, or, asking him to come in, and he did with an attorney at law. So he will have his day in court sometime soon.
All right.
The lady who was it actually died, so it's very unfortunate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, condolences to the family, man. Condolences to the family.
And,
and again, not just even in Jamaica. People need to just slow down a little, especially when you're not like on the highways. You know what I mean? Slow down a little, both at home and abroad.
I think many people in the Northeast will have to slow down this weekend, because what I'm hearing is that I saw where a number of news reporters are referring to the weather that you might be experiencing this weekend as a bomb.
White out. We're not talking about something that you get from a stationery store either. Yeah. White out. Oh, Boston is expecting almost 2 feet of snow. Wow. And New York City could get anywhere between 6 to 12 inches. On the island where I am, we're expecting closer to that 12-inch of snow. So
a lot of entertainment events might have to be postponed, maybe.
Well, I mean, if the streets are blocked, then definitely. And we've already got COVID keeping people in, so we just know, anyone that has an event, this is not a weekend for an event in New York City or anywhere in the north, because it's taking over the whole northern region.
Hey, by the way, DJ Roy, do you wonder what a song which is not a gospel song, as promised by Lady Saw in a post recently, will sound like when she teams up with Shensia? Not for a gospel collabo, but I guess a secular song.
Well, I can't wait. I mean, anything that has Lady Saw. So what would it be? Would it be Marion Hall, or would it be Saw?
This is it. And if it's Saw, then it could be Raw. But then she's now Minister Marion Hall.
Right.
But she was quite clear in the fact that it's not going to be a gospel collabo. So everybody's wondering what's going on.
Wow. She kind of gave it to Spice, and she gave it to Sensia, in all fairness.
Yeah.
Not as bad as Spice.
No. Jada Kingdom got a little bit of it too.
Yeah.
Macca Diamond was actually representing, it seems, for all of these ladies, and hit back at Lady Saw. There's a lot of stuff out there on social media.
So I just drink water and mind my business.
Straight up.
Richie B, the party master, on Up and Go, The Bridge, 99 FM.